Okay. So hopefully it saved. It saved. So where did we leave off, you guys?
Let's see
We're
here.
talking about the different types of failing, right?
Okay, the different types of failure. Okay. So let me.
Like doing the second one.
All right. So, all right. This is the screen I was on, I believe. Okay. So now that that's all figured out. All right, guys, I'm back. Apparently my power went out. So, okay. So you said we were in the second one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the willingness to fail. So level 2 people, level 2 people develop the willingness to fail, which means that they come to accept failure as a natural byproduct of the process of seeking success. Fewer than 20% of all people make it to level 2 for any sustained period of time. So level 3 is the wantingness to fail. Having the wantingness to fail goes beyond more tolerance or acceptance of failure as a part of life. Wantingness means developing the desire to fail with the inner faith that personal and financial growth will follow. Fewer than 5% of all people ever get to level 3. So level 3 is to basically the point of where you're okay with people telling you no, and you have the attitude, well, I'm just going to go find somebody else because they aren't going to help me get to my goal. So I'm going to go find someone else, basically. So that's level 3. And I feel like I just barely like got to that level, I feel like. And I've been in this business for 2 years. So I wish I could say that it gets better quicker, but I'll be honest with you guys. Okay, so level 4 is failing bigger and faster. So this is to the point of where I got to last night talking to Alyssa, is this point. So here you go. The people who ascend to level 4 are those who have come to the conclusion that if failing is good, then failing faster is even better. And not just failing faster, but if one is going to increase their failure rate, do it going after big goals that are worthy of the effort. So the bigger your goal, the more you're going to fail, right? And the more often you're going to fail. So the level 5 is failing exponentially. So the final level is for those rare individuals who understand that massive success requires multiplication of effort. Level 5 people enlist others to fail with them, knowing that if individual failure means individual success, group failure equals group success. So that's to the point of where I am right now, is I am going to now invite you guys to fail with me. So when we are failing or inviting and going for those no's, it takes courage, right? And courage is not the absence of fear. It's being afraid of something but doing it anyways. This is one of my favorite quotes. I love this quote. And it's so true. Like, courage is doing something that you're afraid to do, but you're going to do it anyways because you know it can make you better in some form or another. So this is something that I always remember. It's always a quote I've remembered since I read this book. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to talk about is make getting no's a game. And in this book, it talks about setting no goals. So it's kind of funny. When I first read this book, like he talks about the quicker you get your no's, the faster you'll get your yeses. And I know that you guys have heard me say that before, but it was from this book. Because he goes out and says, basically, we're going to set out to get 50 no's so that we can get so many yeses. So this is where our team challenge is going to come into play. So on our power hours, I know that we all dread inviting. Like, I don't care who you are. I think every coach hates it. I don't care who you are. So, what we're going to do as a team is when we do our live power hours, so starting today, I know that everybody has a big goals in mind, like everybody. Like, I don't care if they're my newer coaches or my older coaches, like everybody has big coaches or big goals and big dreams that you're trying to reach, and including myself. So what I decided last night is I've been having you guys invite 2 to 5 people, and I've been pretty nice saying, well, you can invite to like free groups, whatever. But let's be real here. We aren't going to see success if we're doing the bare minimum, right? So, as your coach, I'm going to push you, and I'm going to push myself, but we're going to do it together. So, if we each invite 10 people every single day, then we will hit our goal of Success Club 10 every single month, okay? And the reason why I know this is because I was talking to a girl that's on I think it's Anita Myron's team, or no, it's McAllister. So, wow. So she is in the top 10, but one of her personally sponsored coaches is who I've been talking to. And she says that 2 months ago she hit SC20. Okay. And so I'm like, what the freak? Like, how did you get SC20? And I'm like, how many people were you inviting a day? And she said, I was faithfully inviting 10 people every single day just to join challenge groups. And she's like, I'm not talking about the wishy-washy kind of invites. I'm talking about like the hardcore invites. So I asked her, I'm like, so would you send cold invites out? And this is what she told me. She said, some of my invites, they were cold invites, which means you just full out send an invite and you say, hey, I know this is 100% random, but I'm getting ready to start a 30-day online fitness accountability group. And I was wondering if you would be interested in joining. Right then and there, you've told them that it's 100% random, and they know that it is. And I tried this yesterday to see like what kind of feedback I would get by sending that kind of a message. And I am getting more replies back by sending that it's a random message because they think it's funny. And they're like, oh, well, thanks for being honest. Like, that's cool. And then they'll tell you, they'll say, well, actually, I'm already doing whatever it is they're doing. Or yeah, I think that's something that I'd be interested in. Can you send me more information? So then you can talk just a little bit about it. Don't over exert yourself on the inviting, because you're just going to scare people away, and we don't want people to be scared, right? What the heck? I don't even know what just happened. We don't want to scare people. So we are going to do this together. So a lot of times we save the invites for last, right? I know I always do. And a lot of times it never gets done. So we are going to, what they say, eat that frog. That's another really good book about bad habits. So we're going to eat the frog first thing off when we do our power hours from now on, okay? So we're going to go from inviting 2 to 5 people to I'm going to make everybody invite 10 people to a actual challenge group. So I don't care if you're messaging your close friends or family that you've known for years. Those people you can send the cold invite to. So you can send the, hey, I'm getting ready to start an accountability group. I was looking for some close family or friends to test this out for me. Would you be interested in doing this for 30 days? And you'll get your yes or no that way. But you are going to be sending out 10. I don't care if they're random cold invites. I don't care if they're family invites, friend invites. But obviously with the people that you don't have a relationship with, you're still going to need to start to build relationships with other people on top of your actual invites. So if you watched the New Boss Bootcamp trainings, I went through and did a video on how to print off your Facebook contacts list, because this is how I'm going to do things from now on. So I encourage you to do it with me. So a long time ago, I printed off my Facebook contact list. So clearly it's changed and I need to reprint it off. But what I'm going to do is I'm weird and I'm going to start from the back of my contact list. So like this whole binder is full of like my Facebook friends. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and I'm going to start from the back and I'm going to work my way to the front. And I am going to invite 10 people every single day. So the people that I know really well that I feel like I can send a cold invite to, I'm going to send a cold invite to. The people that I don't know really well that I feel like I need to build a relationship with that person, I am going to start my hey girl message and I'm going to do 5 of those every single day. So that way you're constantly still building relationships, but you're still throwing your invites out. So that's what we're going to do as a team. And what we're going to do is we're going to have a little competition. So every week, if everybody is inviting 10 people a week, Monday through Friday at the very least, then everybody should get to 50 no's by the end of the week, right? Yeah, easily. So here's how we're going to do it. So when somebody tells you no, you're going to do one of 2 things. And this is also in the 10-day boss bootcamp training. So they're going to want more information, which is good because we're always just going for that maybe, right? We're shooting for the maybe because obviously until you tell them how much it's going to cost, a lot of times that will scare people away too. So we're trying to get to the maybes. So the maybe zone for the first one is, yeah, I think it's something that I'd be interested in. Can you send me more information? Maybe, right? So you send them the information and at the end you ask another question pertaining to like their fitness levels and what they're interested in to try to figure out the reason why they're trying to get the program in the first place so that you can dig to find their why so that when they do join, you can use that as a push to keep them going, right? So you get to that point of where they ask for the cost, you send the cost, right? And a lot of times people will be like, well, that's a lot of money. Like, I don't have that money up front, or let me talk to my husband. That's great, okay? When people tell you, let me talk to my husband, you should immediately say, okay, I'll give you some time to talk to your husband, but when is a good time to check back in with you? Or would you like me to check back in with you? 99% of the time people will say yes because people get so busy that they forget. So if you are asking to check back in with that person, that is your own problem and you are going to lose them as a potential customer, as a potential coach, as a friend if you forget about this person. So that's why follow-ups are key. So when you do get those no's after the cost or whenever, then you're going to say, okay, well, that's fine that you can't afford it right now. Would you want to try one of my 5-day clean eating groups? Okay. So it's 100% free, no obligations, but it's still an option to give them. If they still say no to the free clean eating group, that's fine too. Just don't ever lose, don't ever forget about that person. Especially where they are wanting the help, but they aren't ready for it yet. Like make a little note, like make a list that you're going to check back with them in a month or 2 months or 3 months. Like you'll know that person better than I do, so you can decide that for yourself. So the goal for our team is we're going to get to 50 no's. Okay. So 50 no's by next Friday. Okay. So 10 people every single day. And I am going to also invite 10 people on Saturdays too. So I invite Monday through Saturday, 10 people every single day. Okay. And by doing that, I promise you guys, you'll start seeing results and you'll start being able to see what people's objections are and stuff like that. So 50 no's by next Friday, everybody better do it or else. So if you get to 50 no's, anybody that does it, I'm going to put your name into a drawing. Ready? I was going to do Go for No, but if you guys ordered Go for No, then that won't be any fun. So I'll do, I don't know, maybe I'll do like a workout team. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll put everybody's name into a drawing to get a workout tee if you hit 50 no's by the end of next week. And this is going to kick us off. So if it does, then log back on. But so that's the goal for all of us as a whole team. We're going to get to 50 no's. So by the end of today, I want to hear, hey, I got 10 no's today, or I invited 10 people today. Like, those are the kinds of things that we should be posting about so that we can help motivate each other to keep going. Because it's hard and it is scary, but the more you do it, I promise the easier it gets. So when you start inviting, you'll find, wow, I feel like I'm on a streak. Like, I'm going to keep inviting more people, because you get so into the groove and you get so used to inviting people that soon it's going to be like, it's not going to be this mental thing for you. Like for me now, when I send an invite, I don't care if people tell me no. It's more of I know I need to do this to become successful, so I'm going to do it anyways. So we've been inviting 5 people, so we're going to step up our A game and do 10 so that everybody hits goals, because I know every single one of you coaches has big goals, including myself. And we aren't going to get there by being mediocre, right? So we're going to push ourselves harder and faster. So 10 invites a day. And if you hit 50, then I'll put your name in a drawing. Haley, do you see your little boy in the background? He's running around with a towel on his head. That's really funny. That's awesome. Okay. Sorry, I get easily distracted. So that's the goal. So what do you guys think? Like, what do you guys think about it? Like, did you like the call? Is it something that you feel like is going to help everybody?
Yeah.